Hello, my name is Kara Colleen and I'm the creator of the brand Tyrant Saint. Right now the product line is in its very early stages, but I wanted to tell you what it's all about and what its goal is. The name Tyrant Saint is in itself provocative. A tyrant is never considered a saint, nor is a saint ever considered to be tyrannical, and people would consider the association of those labels to be contradictory. The ironic thing is that the Judeo-Christian God is exactly that, a tyrant saint. In the Old Testament, or the Torah, this God displays his absolute power in brutal and often violent ways, all the while claiming to be absolutely good and saintly. Many men have donned the title saint or priest and done despicable things in the name of God and Jesus. Christians today gloss over the Old Testament and say it's no longer valid. Jesus came to the world to forgive humanity of its sin, and all that bloodshed is irrelevant, since we are now under a new covenant. Well, Christians are notorious for cherry picking, and there's one verse that negates their argument that the Old Testament is a thing of the past. Matthew 5:17-19 says, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven." These verses state very clearly that the Old Testament is still to be adhered to, and that it is still relevant. Not only that, but there are plenty of verses in the New Testament that are just as violent and intolerant of disbelief. I want to bring attention to the extremely malevolent characteristics and actions of the Judeo-Christian God by highlighting and illustrating verses which depict him in all his glory. Matthew 5:18 inspired the characters Jot and Tittle, who are basically God's henchmen, and they carry out the word in order for all to be fulfilled. Each verse or chapter highlighted is meant to provoke a deeper look, meant to draw a person into second-guessing what they've been told about the nature of their religion. Yes, I expect that a lot of people will be highly offended and infuriated at the suggestions I make through these characters, but they won't be able to argue with what's written in their own holy text. I want people to become curious, to become dissatisfied with pat answers, to learn to think for themselves. If you look closely, maybe you'll realize you don't actually agree with the foundations of what you claim to be your faith.